New footage shows this is how Ukrainian FPV drones take out Russian soldiers in Foxhole near Avdiivka. From footage, videos show a successful Ukrainian drone strike on Russian frontline positions as both Moscow and Kyiv ramp up their first-person view drone development. Video posted to social media on Monday by Ukrainian activist Serhiy Sternenko, who runs fundraisers for Ukraine's drone stockpiles and publishes combat footage. Several clips are spliced together and appear to show a Ukrainian first-person view, or FPV drone strike on a Russian hideout. The footage seems to show at least one Ukrainian Kamikaze drone target a ruined structure where Russian soldiers were sheltering before it explodes, demolishing the remains of the building. A separate airborne vehicle appears to have captured the moment of impact, and the strike is attributed to the 80th Brigade of Ukraine's airborne forces, but Sternenko did not specify when, nor where it was filmed. The clip sparked speculation online that the drone in the video was a larger, more destructive FPV model than those Ukraine has been routinely using. FPV drones quickly became almost emblematic of Ukraine's efforts with unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. They can be used to record dramatic battlefield footage where the drone careens towards Russian vehicles before exploding, or deployed as reconnaissance tools to guide artillery strikes. Both Moscow and Kyiv have used FPV drones extensively in frontline hotspots, including in and around Avdiivka, since Russia launched its offensive on the embattled Donetsk town in early October 2023. In mid-December, a Ukrainian official said Russia was winning the war in terms of FPV numbers in certain areas, while Ukraine has just one drone to between 5 and 7 Russian FPV drones in key battleground sectors of eastern and southern Ukraine, said Yuri Fedorenko, the commander of Ukraine's Achilles drone company, which is within the country's 92nd Assault Brigade. Ukraine dominated FPV manufacturing earlier this year, but Russia has since expanded its own programs and sent large numbers of the unmanned vehicles to the front lines, according to Samuel Bendet of the Center for Naval Analyses, a U.S. think tank. Multiple Ukrainian volunteer, state and affiliated manufacturing efforts have significantly ramped up FPV development and shipped large quantities to the front. It's highly likely that these efforts combined are providing the Ukrainian military with tens of thousands of FPVs a month. But Ukraine has been pouring funds into buying and modifying FPV drones, launching several fundraisers to purchase thousands of them last year. Mikhailo Fedorov, Kyiv's Minister of Digital Transformation, who is at the helm of the drone efforts against Moscow, told in early December, FPV drones are indeed a tech revolution, even though the tech itself is quite easy. They have become very efficient tools for Ukraine, and work sometimes even more efficiently than artillery either conducting attacks or reconnaissance of Russian troops. Ukraine has scaled up drone production, including FPV drones, and is working with all sides to promptly ramp up co-production further, Kyiv's Foreign Minister Dnipro Kuleba said on January 11th. On the other hand, Ukrainian military's main intelligence directorate, HIR, reported the successful targeting of a Russian Tor anti-aircraft missile system with a drone on January 20th, supported by released video evidence. Military personnel from the 1st Division of the 15th Separate Artillery Reconnaissance Brigade, stationed near the Black Forest on the Russian-Ukrainian border, spotted the anti-aircraft missile system. They provided the reconnaissance operators coordinates, and for the attack, they deployed the Warmate 3.0 drone into the sky. During the flight, Russian forces attempted to shoot down the drone with a Tor missile, but they missed. The unmanned aerial vehicle continued its course. As a result of the successful strike on the enemy target, Moscow lost another valuable anti-aircraft missile complex, the HIR said. While Russia currently has continued to suffer high losses of equipment on the front line in Ukraine, According to Kyiv's latest estimates, in its update on Thursday, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine said that over the previous day, Russia had lost 21 tanks, taking the total losses of the vehicles since the start of the invasion nearly 23 months ago to 6,147. The update also said that Russian forces had lost a further 38 armored personnel vehicles, APVs, in the previous 24 hours, taking the tally over the course of the war started by President Vladimir Putin to 11,410. The tracking website Oryx, which counts equipment losses on both sides, lists Russian tank losses at 2,623 as of Thursday, although it uses open sources and video or photographic evidence to confirm these figures. It says, therefore, the amount of equipment destroyed is significantly higher than recorded here. From these, 1,723 were destroyed, 148 were damaged, 210 were abandoned, and 542 were captured. Ukraine also released its daily tally of Russian troop losses, saying on Thursday that Moscow has lost 780 personnel over the previous day, taking the total since the start of the war to 373,600. An exact number of Russian troops is difficult to assess, with other estimates giving lower figures, but Moscow has not updated its loss numbers since the 6,000 losses it revealed in September 2022 then. On New Year's Day, Ukraine's figures of Russian casualties since the start of the war totaled 360,010, putting Moscow's losses for last year at 253,290, a daily average throughout the year of 694. A declassified U.S. intelligence report in December said that Russia had lost 315,000 troops since the war started. While Ukraine has not revealed its casualty numbers, although Moscow claimed this month Kyiv had lost 215,000 troops since the war began. However, Ukraine's claims of continued high Russian losses come amid reports that railway tracks in Russia's Saratov, Yaroslavl, and Nizhny Novgorod oblasts faced sabotage attacks, according to Ukraine's military intelligence agency, GUR.